Hello, Tim Teacher here again with our book that we are reading. This week we are on chapter 3, A Stuck Zipper. If you'll remember, our book is Obie, right? Gerbil on the loose. There is Obie the Gerbil. In chapter 1 we learned that Obie the Gerbil lives with the Armstrong family. And the Armstrong family has Mr. Armstrong and Mrs. Armstrong. And then Obie's owner, Rachel, and her older brother, Craig. In chapter 2, we learned that something is going on. There is a secret, something that Obie doesn't know. And the cat, one of the cats that Obie does not like, right? What was the cat's name? Do you remember? Sweetie Smoochkins was the cat's name. Right? Here's the cat from chapter 2, Sweetie Smoochkins. Right? Obie doesn't like the cat. The cat told Obie there is something happening, something that she knows, right? The cat knows, but couldn't tell Obie. Right? Maybe Rachel didn't want Obie to know, Sweetie Smoochkins said. So today we're on chapter 3, A Stuck Zipper. Do you know what a zipper is? I don't have a zipper today. Not on my shirt. Sometimes on our coats we have zippers, or on our pants we have zippers. A zipper looks like this, right? Open and close the zipper, right? Open and close. Let's read chapter 3. Rachel plopped down in the middle of her floor with her music CDs. She began sorting through them, putting them in 2 separate piles. Obie stared at her adopted mother. What on earth was she doing? But then Obie remembered the big argument she had overheard that morning between Craig and Rachel at breakfast. The two had bickered about what music they were going to listen to in the Armstrongs' human mobile. Rachel must be picking out the CDs she wants to hear, Obie guessed. At that moment, Mr. Armstrong came into Rachel's bedroom. He was carrying a big suitcase in one hand and several duffel bags in the other, including Rachel's blue duffel bag. This was odd. Why the suitcase and the duffel bags? So far as Obie knew, the only time Rachel ever used her duffel bag was when she went on a sleepover at a friend's house. Mr. Armstrong dropped Rachel's duffel bag on the floor beside Rachel. "What are you doing, Rach?" he asked. "I thought I asked you to start getting your stuff out that you're taking with you." "I am," replied Rachel. "I'm picking out the music I want to listen to." "You know what I meant," said her father. "I want you to start getting out your clothes. Come on, Rach. We're trying to get out of here. After you pack your bag, you can go through your CDs. Put the ones you want to take with you on the kitchen table. Then I'll put them in the car for you." "Okay," said Rachel. But she continued to sort through her CDs as if she hadn't heard a word her father had said. "Did you hear what I said?" asked her father. "Yes," groaned Rachel in a pained voice. She set her CDs on the floor beside her and picked up her duffel bag. She placed it on her lap and began to unzip it. The zipper wouldn't unzip, though. "Arr!" she cried. "I hate this stupid zipper. Can you unzip it for me, Daddy?" Mr. Armstrong was, by now, nearly out the door. He seemed to be in a big rush. He turned and looked at his daughter. "Come on, Rach. I've shown you before how to do it. You can figure it out for yourself." "No, I can't." Mr. Armstrong suddenly became very stern. "How many times have I told you, Rachel?" he said sharply. "I don't ever want to hear you say can't. You're a smart kid. You can figure it out. Just think about it for a moment." Rachel stared at the zipper, apparently trying to think about it. Then, as if a light bulb had clicked on inside her brain, her face brightened and she realized that the teeth of the zipper were stuck on a piece of the duffel bag's nylon fabric. With her fingers, Rachel pulled the piece of fabric out from the zipper. This, in turn, allowed her to unzip the duffel bag. "There, was that so hard?" asked her father. "Yes," said Rachel. "It was not, and you know it," said her father, smiling, and he gave her an affectionate little nudge with the suitcase. He turned to leave just as Mrs. Armstrong walked into the bedroom. "And here's your mom to help you pack," said Mr. Armstrong. With that, he stepped out the doorway and disappeared down the bedroom hallway with the suitcase and remaining duffel bags. Mrs. Armstrong knelt down on the floor beside Rachel. Now that her father was no longer in the room, Rachel had gone back to sorting her CDs. "What are you doing?" asked Mrs. Armstrong. "I'm picking out the CDs I want to take with me so Daddy can put them in the car," replied Rachel. Sometimes Rachel said or did things that truly befuddled Obie, and this, needless to say, was one of those times. Had Rachel really forgotten so soon that her father had asked her to pack her duffel bag before selecting her music CDs? "Well, before you do that," said Mrs. Armstrong, "let's you and I pack your bag. The first order of business is underwear. Please get some out of your dresser." Rachel rolled her eyes and heaved a huffy little sigh to let her mother know that this was not what she thought the first order of business should be. Rachel stepped in front of the dresser and Obie's apartment. From her bedroom tower, Obie watched Rachel take out a pair of yellow underpants from the top drawer. "Rachel, I think you're going to need a bit more underwear than that," said Mrs. Armstrong. "We're going on a big trip, remember?" Obie was shocked, flabbergasted. She stared at Mrs. Armstrong with astonishment. Did Mrs. Armstrong really say what Obie thought she had said? They were going on a trip? No, not just a trip, a big trip, she had said. Right? And here's Obie in his house, right, in the tower on Rachel's dresser, right? I wonder where they're going on their trip, right? Or how long they're going to go for. A big trip could mean a long time, or a big trip could mean very far away, or both, right? Maybe we will find out next time when we read chapter 4, Obie's Secret. I hope you're enjoying our book. I look forward to reading with you next week. I hope you have a great week. Bye-bye.